Welcome to my channel, where reading expands your mind. Today, I'm exploring a powerful sci-fi short story by Cixin Liu, one of China's most influential science fiction writers. Born in Beijing, Liu is best known for his groundbreaking three-body problem trilogy. His work, known for vast cosmic scales and rigorous scientific ideas, often challenges how we think about civilization. Today, we'll dive into one of his early works, China 2185, a bold vision he wrote in 1989, which, though never officially published, became a key thought experiment in his early career. June 2185. 1. The square was as empty as a forgotten thought. As the young man crossed the lawn, the moonlight streamed from behind, stretching his shadow long across the face of the enormous building. The structure was a relic of the last century, or perhaps the century before that. Night blurred its details, leaving only a silhouette, heavy, massive, like a slumbering beast. The guards had been gone for a long time. They'd been absent since 50. Only an old man remained, sitting in the shadow of the gatehouse, watching him approach. The young man didn't look back. He walked toward the towering entrance, his heels clicking on the stone flags, the sound swallowed by the silence. Inside, it was dark, so dark the building seemed taller, emptier than it did by day. A beam of light fell from above, pale red, soft, like a meticulously calculated spotlight on a stage. At the center of the light circle lay a crystal coffin, and in the coffin lay a person. That person had died over a century ago, but in this country, he had never truly left. The young man stopped. He felt his heartbeat. He suppressed it, crouched down, opened his bag, and took out two devices. They looked like video cameras, but more complex. The lens sections were ringed with fine, metallic patterns that faintly glinted in the dim light. Molecular-level holographic recorders, said a voice from behind. The young man spun around. The old watchman had somehow appeared behind him, less than 2 meters away. Jesus, relax, the old man said, his tone flat. I am not going to stop you. There are disturbance sensors on the crystal coffin. Touch it, and they'll go off. Don't touch it, and there's no problem. The young man stared at him, catching his breath as his heart rate gradually slowed. So redundant here. Everyone has to choose some way to spend their old age, the old man said. Guarding a tomb is a good profession. It's not scary here. Stay long enough, and you develop a certain detachment towards death. The young man didn't respond. He turned back to his devices. Your generation lacks two things, the old man continued, a sense of stability, a sense of belonging. You're too confident, each of you thinking you're the master of the world. You worry about the annual budget. You worry about developing the Yarling Tsangpo. You worry about the Yangtze's sediment content, increasing by 0.1 parts per thousand. You're happy when the Lunar Territory Agreement is signed. You're tense when nuclear warhead yields go up. You live your lives too exhausted. The young man didn't look up. In his time, the old man gestured towards the crystal coffin with his chin. People didn't worry about these things. They knew he was there. They trusted him. All they had to do was manage their own daily lives. History is made by the people, the young man said, his voice very soft, as if reciting a line from a textbook. The people make history, and history makes great men. The old man chuckled. All right, enough philosophy. What are you doing? The young man patted the two devices, molecular level 3D recording. These two units can capture all the information about an object, structure, molecular arrangement, X-ray diffraction data. Our research institute just developed simulation software that can create a holographic reconstruction from the recorded data with molecular precision, using a human brain. Yes, but it won't work on living people. The molecules in a living brain change too fast to record, so you go to the hospital morgue. I've been 3 times, and twice to crematoriums, the young man said. This is the 6th one, 2:30 midnight. A crescent moon hung in the sky, its silvery light spreading across the square. Over by the lawn, a firefly drifted, blinking on and off, like someone suffering from insomnia. Old buildings surrounded the square, sunk in sleep. Further off stood the skyscrapers built at the turn of the century, their surfaces clad in lead alloy mirrors that reflected the sky by day and the moonlight by night. Now they stood there one by one, crystalline, like enormous columns of ice. The city, under the moonlight, took on an air of unreality. A Dongfeng sedan stopped in front of the news building, a streamlined body, silver grey. The entire nation knew this car. The person driving it was even more familiar, a 29-year-old woman, a beautiful woman known to the whole world. It wasn't a beauty built with cosmetics, it was something that had settled, like the feminine tenderness of this land accumulated over millennia, layer upon layer, finally crystallizing into her. With those gentle hands, she held this nation. 9,600,000 square kilometers, 2 billion people. She was the supreme executive. 5 years ago, she had been elected in this very building. She was young then, still young now, of course, but younger then, after the election. There was a minute and 30 seconds of silence, allowing the nation's 2 billion people to see her face clearly. Then her term began, 8 years. The people could remove her at any time. Then came the interview. Which group of people do you like best? Children. What is your greatest wish? Her answer caught everyone off guard. My greatest wish, she said, is to have a child of my own. The reporter paused. Does this imply a lack of confidence in your mission? A leader's confidence comes from the people, she said. I don't see them, but they coalesce into two images in my mind. One I call father, one I call mother. Father is an old peasant, his face tanned pitch black, longing and bewilderment in his eyes. Mother is gaunt beyond recognition, making cloth shoes, stitching her very life into them. They are my parents. I am their daughter. 5 years passed. In those 5 years, she performed admirably. The energy crisis of 2183, she saw it coming a year in advance, cut back heavy industry, withstood the pressure, transitioned to new energy, the budget reform of 2181, solar, nuclear, hydrogen, she bet on them all. The software base built in the Northwest became the world's largest. When fossil fuels ran out, her country gained even more market share. Its currency became the international reserve currency. The economy took off. In 5 years, the entire nation was networked. 50 million mainframes, 80 million mid-range computers, 100 million minicomputers, 600 million microcomputers, 1.3 billion personal terminals. The first fully information-based society was born under her watch. In 2181, conflict erupted on the moon over territory. 3 major powers fought, killing 98 astronauts. At the Geneva conference, she left her mark on the world. If she had continued this momentum through her term, she would have become one of the most outstanding executives in history. But she did not continue this momentum. 3. A press conference. The backdrop was dark blue, solemn. Her voice was synchronized across hundreds of millions of terminals. Through the network, fellow citizens, the preparatory meeting for the 348th Citizens' Assembly concluded this afternoon. I will only briefly explain the work plan for the next 3 years. I will devote my full effort to promoting the passage and implementation of Proposal 8,023,374. She offered no explanation. The whole nation was stunned. That night, over 800,000 television sets were smashed. Most of the people smashing them used their canes. Proposal 8,023,374 was written by a young person, advocating that the family system had become incompatible with social development, and that legal protection for marriage and the family should be gradually abolished. Leaving the news building, she was surrounded by young people cheering, but the elderly blocked the roads ahead. The oldest were over 200. The youngest also passed 150. They pointed their canes at her. You clueless child. We elected you because we thought you had sense. Abandon the family. 5,000 years of civilization, held up by countless families. And now you just say it's invalid. Heard you getting a divorce. How can a country be led by a divorced woman? No family. Even Jesus had a family. A cane swung up and struck her across the face. Smack. The bodyguards rushed forward, Too late, a red welt appeared on her face, slowly swelling. That night, the bodyguards apologized. She waved it off. "Can this mark fade?" she said. "It can't. Don't cry. Keep moving forward. There will be flowers on both sides of the road." For, at the same moment, molecular-level data from 6 deceased brains was being transmitted. The optical storage in the 3D recorders sent information at hundreds of millions of bytes per second into a computer. That computer had 5 million CPUs, 64,000 billion megabytes of memory, and a clock speed of 10 to the 12th power megahertz. June the 10th, 2185. Early morning, the moon was still in the sky. The Earth was still there too, and Beijing was still the Beijing on the ground. Some things were happening.